And everyone, welcome back. Good to be back. I know I've been gone for quite some time. Still experiencing a little jet lag, a little bit under the weather as well, but we'll see if we can make it through today's session. Hope you all had a good couple weeks of trading without me. Um, I took a couple peeks at the market while I was out, but not too much. So I'm not as familiar with what's been going on the past couple weeks as you guys are, but hopefully I can get up to speed quickly this morning and see if we get some nice movement. I did take a look at the calendar. I'll take a quick peek here. Remove my photo here. Yep, so no high or medium impact news being displayed today. That's tomorrow morning at 10. We have medium impact. First high impact news of the week is on Wednesday, so we have 9:45. Then on Thursday at 8:30, we have GDP quarter over quarter coming, as well as unemployment claims. And finally, rounding out a week is Friday at 8:30 in the morning. We have core PCE price index being announced. So those are the news events that we'll trade around this week. I didn't mention the medium impact news, but it's here on the calendar. Um, we do have some news this week that'll move price, and we'll just trade around it, and should be another good week of trading. But let's go ahead and jump over to our. Well, let me fix this. So we look at how the indices been trading. I did see that it looked like on the hourly we had market structure broken on the downside, both on the indices as well as the dollar. Um, just based on my perception of that, looking at this is more of a market structure sweep for the indices, but maybe this is a market structure shift for the dollar. That's what I'm anticipating. So I'm looking for the dollar to trade somewhere up in this area, fail, and then start pushing lower. Whereas I'm expecting indices to still push higher. But right now we do have more of a consolidation price structure. So I'm not interested in jumping in right away. I do want to see how price moves here at the opening bell. We have the opening bell in about 10 minutes. I'm interested to see how things move at that point. And then probably after 10 o'clock, we'll look to engage with the market. Yeah, I'm just looking at this overall. I know you can't really see the candles here, but you can see prices kind of held in this area since Thursday the 18th. So last several days of trading has pretty much been in the same area, just like what we just saw in the hourly where it looked like it's consolidating. So I'm looking for a breakout. We do have a previous day high from Friday here at 979, which we're not too far away from now, 40 handles away. And so again, wait and see how the opening bell moves, and we'll go from there. But thank you all for coming back. I know I've been gone for a few weeks, and you had to find someone else to watch streaming with or just trade on your own. So I do appreciate your attendance here. CEO Jefe Robin Sylvester. Good morning. How's it going? Oro, welcome. Not sure I've seen you before, but good to have you. Yeah, I had a great vacation. Unfortunately, the time zones was almost 12 hours away, so the struggle is real as far as getting back on track. It's been almost 2 days now, and I still don't feel normal yet. Plus, I think I caught a little cold on the way back, so I'm a little nasally here. Apologize for that. Hey, pray and trade. Good morning. I don't know if any of you traded London. Since my sleep schedule was off, was still up last night until about the 2:30 mark here in London. I was attempted to get into a trade, and I wasn't willing to stay up any longer to see how things panned out. So I didn't do anything, but I was up this morning trying to get into a trade at this point here. But obviously the retracement happened afterwards, so I wasn't able to get in. But anyone who did, you could still be in right now, or you could have gotten a nice little run up to this high over here after the retracement down. This is the previous day high coming from, looked like London on Friday. Before there was a big push down and pretty much a bearish day. I have our bullish breaker that was created around lunchtime on Friday. We also have right here highlighted in yellow is the new week opening gap. So 1800 open here, 1445 close down here. I'm sorry, 1645 close. And so we have that gap. A little bit over half of it was traded into, and then we got the bullish momentum out of it. So we didn't trade all the way through, but we did get at least half of it already. So we'll see if price wants to trade to a previous day high, and once that happens, see how it reacts. Got about 5 minutes before the opening bell here. Right, Eon Fortune, good morning. Oh, Botswana, welcome. Good to have you. Armando, good morning. Oh, okay, sure, no problem. So here on the 5 minute, because first I looked at the breaker, and at first the 5 minute breaker wasn't immediately clear, so I found it on the 15 minute, which is what we're looking at now. And so the breaker would go from this low here up to this high, and then we swept this low on the movement down. First, we swept a low on this one, this point right here. However, the next move up didn't clear the high. It continued lower. So you go until you get a high cleared, which is what we had on this movement up. So the next low would have been here, and that would have been our breaker. Oops, sorry, let me remove this. So on the 15 minute, breaker would have been this cluster of candles, this movement up, really this one candle here, stretching across. But after I had that one marked out, sorry, I'm trying to get rid of this dot here. There we go. Then I shifted down to the 5 minute. I'll do that now. And we got down to the 5 minute. We had a low put in on this candle here at 12:35 on Friday. The next candle cleared the high. It did a little consolidation move here, pushed lower, and created this as being the breaker. So the 5 minute breaker is the cluster of candles from 12:35 until 12:55. So basically that last half of the lunch hour heading into 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock broke lower, and it didn't clear and close above the breaker until 3 o'clock. So it made you wait for a consolidation during the afternoon. I'm sure a lot of people were not thrilled about that as they were looking to get into an entry before the end of the day on Friday. But then finally it did clear above and close above at 3 o'clock. Retracement came back down, but it didn't really do anything for the rest of the day. So it waited until the Sunday open and opened up above, creating the new week opening gap. But the breaker was this movement here, from this low to this high, pushing lower, and then finally over here, closing above. So the breaker was this leg as your bullish breaker. Obviously at 1800, it opened up, pushed lower into the breaker, and since then we've seen price move above with another retracement back in at 2215. And that's about as far as we gotten as far as retracement back into the breaker. Well, I'll take that back. There was one more at 2245. But that's the bullish breaker that we're experiencing. And from there, price is just really taking off. And we're pushing towards this previous day high, which was Friday's high from 2 a.m. in the morning. So thank you, Dr. J. Good morning. Yes, Luxo, the vacay was extremely nice. I had an excellent time. As I mentioned, I'm not sure if you was on at the very beginning. I'm still fighting jet lag here. And I also managed to pick up a cold on the way back somewhere in the airport. It was about a 24-hour journey coming back. So I'm a little nasally this morning. So hopefully in the next couple of days, I can get back to myself, get my sleep schedule back together, as well as fight this cold off. Hey, Gospel Trader, good morning. All right, we've now pushed towards the 8:30 open. As a reminder to those who are new and not familiar with my charts, the fair value gaps you see, the pink areas for the bearish fair value gap and the green for the bullish fair value gaps, these are on the 1 hour time frame. All of these are 1 hour fair value gaps. If I ever put a fair value gap for a different time frame, I will mark it. You'll see it say either 5 minute or 10 minute, 15, 3 minute, whatever time frame I grab it from. But all of these that you see are on the 1 hour. All right, so we'll get back down to discount at 19,858. So we do see a retracement occurring at the moment. So if it keeps pushing, we do see discount below 19,858. Aeon, my bias is for bullish price action today. We're getting close to the previous day high. As I mentioned, I was looking at the 1 hour and I saw price structure being broken on the indices as well as the dollar. They generally have an inverse relationship. And so what I wanted to see was for the dollar to continue to push lower with the indices pushing higher. However, I did mention that I want to see the dollar push lower after it pushes a little bit higher into the fair value gap that's above, closer to around 104.5. Matter of fact, let me show you where that is. So you can see this is the dollar on the far left. And then I have the three indices, starting with the Dow, the S&P, and then Nasdaq. But I want to see the dollar get up into this area here. So the dollar still has a little bit higher to push before I want to see price collapse. And then from there, then I'm expecting the indices to be bullish and the dollar to be bearish. We'll see if that occurs. But that was my first glance. I've been out of the market for the last 2 weeks. So I'm just now getting back and trying to reacclimate myself to the market. Oh, trachologist, good morning. Katie, good to have you back. Okay. All right, give me a moment, Mohammed. I'll walk you through that. Okay, look at this. Good rebound after retracement on the last candle. Let's see if that previous day high falls. It should. All right, so there's traded to the previous day high. I think it's only a tick or two below. Hey, Mohammed, I have a question for you. Have you seen the playlist by Ash Trades? Yes, I did have a great vacation. Thanks, DB. You're right. It has been a while. Definitely, it's been a couple weeks here. All right. Remember, we have discount right below here. In fact, I need to remeasure discount because we have a new high from when I measured earlier. Got one tick away from taking out Friday's high. The market won't leave it there for long, but it does now represent equal highs. And so what we may see is a retracement down into a fair value gap, which can be as right in this area, which is also around main threshold here of the down wick, or it could trade all the way down to this area of around 865, 860, 855, somewhere in there, and then we take out the previous day high. Hey, Milad, good morning. What's up? Queen, good morning. Okay, Mama, so you watch Ash Trades already. Great, excellent. All right. Yeah, I'm just waiting to see if it takes this previous day high, and then I'll walk you through the breaker setup. There it is. It did take it. This. Let's find some previous levels. Since I haven't been around for the past couple of weeks, I do not have those levels marked up currently. New week opening gap, can it be retested? It can, absolutely. It didn't trade all the way through this morning. I took a look earlier. The new week opening gap I have here marked in yellow. We traded down until about a little bit further than halfway down, but we did not trade all the way through, so it can be retested to close in the remainder of the gap from 19,719 down to the lower edge of the gap, which is around 703. So that's around 15 handles. That's still open. It can trade into there. That also would trade back into the breaker, the bullish breaker block. So that's possible. And as I mentioned earlier, all the fair value gaps you see on my screen are on the 1 hour time frame. So it's currently trading through a bearish fair value gap. So we'll see if it continues to push through or if it rejects in the next 10 minutes before the hour closes. But at any time today, if you see price pushing lower, it could be just trading back down to the new week opening gap. But one thing we do have, and this is for those still looking for how to determine a breaker. If I move over to the 1 hour time frame, so if we go here to the 1 hour, one thing we can see is you just kind of zoom out a little. You see price trading all the way down, right? So we have this, right? So we see price just trading lower and lower and lower from where it started up here, right? Just trading down. So if you're looking for breakers, what you'll be looking for here is a bullish breaker for price to essentially reverse. And we start to see that formation. Thought we had it here. At least I thought we had it here. Yep. So we had price trade lower and put in this low, and then we start moving higher. However, it didn't clear and cover and close above this high. It continued lower. So what we want to do is we want to start from here. Oops, sorry. Start from up. We cleared lower than this low down here. And now what we see this morning, this price is trading higher, higher, and higher. And we want to see if we can close higher than this high. So that's what we're going to watch for and see if we get a 1 hour breaker here. Sorry, this started down here. So if we can manage to get this hourly candle to close higher than 975, so we got about 10 minutes, then we can end up pulling a breaker here. Now this is on the hourly time frame, so this is not a time frame you really want to take an entry from. But what you want to do is you want to say, okay, if we got an hourly bullish breaker here, now I want to drop down in time frame, find something smaller on the 15, the 5, the 3, find another bullish breaker and look for an entry from there. So I'll leave this here until we close out in the next 7 minutes, and we'll see if we get a closure above this area. All your upside targets been hit. All right. CEO, good morning. Miles, what's up? Arcade, I'm not familiar with his Enigma and gold back level algorithm. I'm not familiar with that. RK, is that something he introduced recently in the last couple months or so? Yeah, you're right, Queen. We could, and so that's why I want to see how this closes out for the hour. Maybe it is just a pullback, so we get traded above these equal highs as we hit here, here, and here. We have basically 3 equal highs here. We may just, trade above that, pull some liquidity, and then trade lower. And so I want to see how this hour closes. We do get a pullback. Let's go ahead and just see where discount is. Around 840. Mohammed, yeah, yes, you can trade a breaker. If you find a breaker before the New York Open time, yes, you can trade that. Oftentimes, what you'll see if you start back testing breaker setups, what you'll see is the opening bell will trade to that breaker and then provide an entry. So if you're already in an entry, You can, if you have your stop loss in the proper position for the breaker, you'll find that your stop won't be hit. All right, another 30 seconds. Let's see where we close here. All right, we did not close above. We didn't. All right, so we'll come back and we'll revisit this a little later. For now, let's drop it off the screen. I believe this here was the 15-minute breaker. Right, and that's because we had a swing low to a high, lower low down here, and then over here closed higher, closed above the breaker there. So this was the confirmation of the breaker at 1715. Right. We saw price then trade. It traded back inside where you could have taken an entry anywhere in there. Granted, this is the 15 minutes, so the stop loss would have been larger than many would have wanted to trade. So you would have had to look for something smaller. But here on the 15, we saw it then reconfirm over at 3:30 this morning. And from there, price has only been bullish. So we got the 5-minute down low. We got the 15-minute here. And potentially we almost had the hourly confirm up here. So you can see how it's with the higher time frame, the area is larger. However, the breakers all sit inside of one another. So now we see price pushing back lower. I get a feeling that it may want to push back down to one of these fair value gaps, or as I showed earlier, equilibrium at 840. So I'll take the 15 off the screen as well, just so we don't have too much there. And I'm gonna drop down to the 5-minute time frame. Let's see. Put our macro markers up. We're still in the macro technically right now till 10:10. I'm still trying to feel my way back into the market after being gone for a couple weeks. I did take a look at the market a couple days while I was gone, just for brief 30-minute intervals, but not a lot. So I'm not as familiar with what's been happening the past couple of weeks, other than the overall bearish sentiment that we saw. At the 4-hour fair value gap. Okay, Miles. All right. Oh, London lows. You're looking for London lows. Oh, Robin. Excellent. Sweet. Good job. I was wondering if anybody, I was going to ask if anyone had any good news to announce from the past couple of weeks. And thank you for leading me into that. So if anyone else had anything good happen in the past couple of weeks, whether it was pass a challenge, get a payout, have an aha moment, anything, just go ahead and put in a chat. We want to make sure that we acknowledge and congratulate you for that. But so Robin, how many does that make now? How many challenges? Hey, Vivian, good morning. Yeah, I had a great time. Excellent time. I just picked up a little cold on the way back, probably somewhere in the airport. So I'm a little nasally this morning, but overall, I'm okay. Still fighting jet lag as well, but hopefully we can make it through both sessions today. 5. Sweet. All right. That's amazing. Vivian, you got 3 last week. All right. And you're both doing really well. That's great. I got a couple. I've hopefully in the next couple days I should be able to finish one or more of my Topstep combines, and I still have a couple open apexes as well. Oh, okay, Mohammed. That's great. I'm glad you made it. Yeah, I always looking for those who are recommending people to come to the room, and I'm glad you met up with someone who suggested you come here. I hope you find it to your liking. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know. Any questions you have, throw them out there. You've already been active so far this morning, so that's great. I know some people come in the room and they're a little shy at first, but I always encourage those to ask questions, be active, and before you know it, you'll be well on your way to being a profitable trader. And it's not all me. You'll figure that out when you're here. That there's some really good traders in the room and a lot of great information being passed around, and so everyone helps each other, and we're all moving in the same direction. Oh, Ladarius, what's up? Good morning. Silver bullet. Okay, let's see. All right, no problem. Yeah, silver bullet traders, this is your time period here. So we've now finished out the macro. We'll move this to the back half of the hour. So far, it's traded down to consequent encroachment of the wick from 9:30 candle. Let's see. Let's go ahead and drop this in here. Oh, Slim Trady, what's up? Here on the 5 minute, we're now inside of the fair value gap here. Let's see if we get a failure. No failure there. All right, Lano, you're in longs, taking 50% profit, close out trades. Sweet. Yeah, it could continue. It could continue, but you were able to close out in profit, which is good. But there is, you said 1 minute bullish breaker. Let's take a look and see. 10:03. Yeah, I like this one. I do like this. It's kind of in the middle of a range, but it does have a swing low there. Price traded lower. Didn't trade above this candle, pushed lower once again. Now it's pushed above and closed above. So now what we want to see is if we get a price to hold in this area and push higher. In fact, I would prefer it push a little bit below and then come back up. If we attack these equal highs. See, I want to see price turn around somewhere in here. If it can make it above 938, if it can get above consequent encroachment, then you might look for an entry. Looking too promising here. See if the 830 open provides the support to push price higher. 1007, 1008. Yeah, Robin, the only thing I don't like about these two candles here is this one, the 1006 candle. I like for the pullback to take over the previous high and then push lower. Whereas these only went up to about half of the candle and then push lower. I would have liked to have seen it take higher. That's why I kind of prefer this one, just because it traded higher than the 1003 candle. But I see what you're looking at, Robin. Yeah. But even here, this is in the middle of the range, so it's a difficult one. It's not as clean as we would like to have it. Up to the 5-minute. All right, we still at this moment, we have the on the 1 hour chart, we have the US dollar pushing higher. Up, we have equal highs at the moment, right at the lower edge of the bearish fair value gap. We are bullish for the Dow. We are bearish for Nasdaq, and we're, I would say, bullish for S&P as well. See if Nasdaq flips to bullish, and then we can get all the indices in sync. $30 handles. All right, math genius. Good job. You saying you took this one, math? This one here? All right, Max. Appreciate it. Good morning. Is that what you're saying, math? You say you took this one for 30 handles? Let's see. You're taking a retracement from the edge here at 924. Yeah, it gave about that. Or if you took it from the consequent encroachment to 914, it's about 30 handles. Yeah, you could have done that. All right, so far the 8:30 open is providing support for price. We'll see how long that continues and if we do see higher prices delivered. You got in at 10:11 and out at 10:14. Okay, good job. 3 minutes in and out. So, Robin, we do have someone else who also looked at the exact same setup that you looked at and was able to get 30 handles out of it. So we had some people take this setup as a breaker, and at least Darius and I was looking at this one. All right, we're at 10:30 now. Let's go back to the hour and just take a look back at that breaker that we were looking to see if it was going to be confirmed. It's right here. We're looking to see if this breaker was going to get confirmed last hour. It almost did, but it traded back down and closed inside. And now we're back. So we're still up in the upper quadrant. Still holding above the 830 open. It looks like the 830 open is the quadrant marker. But we want to see if we can trade above and close above in the next 30 minutes. So we want to get above 976. Just a moment. I'll be right back. Made them back. Long off the inverted fair value gap on 5 minute. Okay. That would have went from here. So you went long off of, traded through the gap, traded back down. Could have taken a long off of 959 or even off of this one. It traded down but closed above. All right, we're back above the 976 mark for the 1 hour breaker. We still have another 17 minutes, so we'll see where it closes, but so far looking good for confirming a 1 hour breaker. Again, we have the 1 hour fair value gap here, bearish fair value gap. We traded up to it at 945. It did close above here on the 5 minute, not on the 1 hour. However, we did see a rejection from there, and now we're back into the same area. We traded all the way through last time, so I don't really expect it to be a hindrance to price moving higher, but we'll see. Took 40 points, Ladarius. Good job. That's nice. Now, 40 points is a good trade. That's right, depending on whether you're doing minis or micros. That's enough. Especially if you pass an Apex challenge, 40 points is more than you can even withdraw. So I would be happy with 40 points. In fact, majority of my trades go for less than that. I usually look for 25 to 30. Trade back down to balance this price range. Let's now see what the reaction is from there. We are heading into the macro. Just one more minute. The opening gap from Friday. This area right here at 954. Get a sweep of a low. So far, we're getting a nice bullish push higher. Got about 6 minutes before the close of the hour. We're still waiting to see if we can close above the breaker right around 19,975, 74, 75, somewhere in there. equilibrium of the opening range. Opening range being the 9:30 to the 10:30 hour. Just want to see where the low and the high is and then see which one trades to first. Got really close to the high here at 10:40, but we couldn't quite get there. All right, keep pushing into this 1 minute fair value gap. It for whatever reason won't move away from it. So not sure if it's going to hold or not. We have 1 more minute before the close of the hour. Let's see if we can get above 19,975. All right, so we closed still inside of that area, so no confirmed breaker on the 1 hour. JR, good morning. What's up? Finally starting to find some support from this 1 minute fair value gap here. Let's see if we can clear these equal highs. Right back here and then back clearing highs up here, hopefully next. Gonna go grab a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. We'll see when I get back whether we back up into this area above 20,000. All right, not quite at 20,000 yet, but almost there. Way to close out the macro here. Oh, yeah, now it is down here. Let's see if it pulls this opening range low. Look, this is our equilibrium marker from the morning range. Let's see, what was the retracement marker here? Okay, about 90%. Yep. Yeah, let's see what happens here. It rejects from that level and pushes back lower. I actually was thinking it would go to 840 at least, get down to discount, and then see where it goes from there. 15 fair value gap at 9. Get a close below, then you can get a retracement back up to the 830 open and lower. Because it's right at the lower edge, is right at the 830 open. Okay, opening range low taken first. See if it closes below. So we did get a 5-minute close below the opening range. So now let's look and see what lower levels we have. Price may want to trade to. First of all, we have the equilibrium. So that's getting back down to discount is below 840, and that's on the full morning range, not just the opening range. So after equilibrium, I'll be looking then for this 1 hour fair value gap here, which contains the midnight open as well as the London low. So we'll look for those levels to be traded to. Equilibrium traded to. I'll leave that up there for a few more minutes just to see if it remains relevant. Sell side liquidity Malai was talking about. Jeez. Nice. On a micro. Nice. That's excellent. Damn, Malai, if only that was a mini. Yeah, Queen, I'm with you on that one. This opening range, the opening hour, seems to be a good indicator of where price is going to go. Hey, I didn't recognize that as quickly as you did, but I'm assuming it's right here. Yep. Good news is since it did all this trading up here a second ago, so it created it here and then it traded back up once again here. Retrace here, I wouldn't expect price to make it up here anymore. So I would expect price to stay inside of the breaker. Possibly not even making it past consequent encroachment. Get rid of this. All right, let's jump over and let's just take a quick peek over at the hourly chart. We can see we're in alignment now. All three indices are bearish, heavily bearish actually this hour, which is good. And we do see a bullish dollar, which is what I was hoping. I want dollar to get up here somewhere in this bearish fair value gap. The last hour got really close before failing back down. So let's see if this hour or the next couple of hours we can trade up into this area before the dollar fails. But I do want to see the dollar trade up here. Good job. There we go. I just marked in the new week opening gap low so we could clear the screen a little bit. But we do have a lot going on down here where we have the midnight open, the London low at 758, optimal trade entries, this entire area. We have the bullish breaker on the 5-minute that we reviewed this morning. Within that area is also the Asia low from the reopening yesterday afternoon and the low of the new week opening gap down at 703. So there's a lot going on down here. Obviously, if we make it to 654, then we put in a new low. Thanks, Queen. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's definitely good to be back. Good to be back. But it's going to take me a little while to get back into the market here this morning. I'm mostly spectating, trying to figure out where things are moving. Being away for a couple weeks, I didn't realize it would do this to me. I thought I could just jump right back in, but no, I need a little bit longer before I take an entry. All right, everything seems to be playing out just as I expected. So now we have the dollar continuing to push higher. It's I th- it had been showing a small range for the first opening 30 minutes. I thought it wasn't going to do very much, but now it's starting to rev up its engine a little bit to get moving. So it's almost at the fair value gap that I was hoping it would trade into. So maybe during lunch hour or into 1 o'clock, we'll see that happen. In the meanwhile, on the indices, we'll see it trade down here into some of these levels that I have marked up. Sure, Spirit. Yeah, my email's on YouTube. All right, we're in our macro now. We're at the last 10 minutes of the hour. We'll see if price wants to move around. Let's drop down to a lower time frame here. See, we've been pretty much consolidating for the last 20 minutes. So while the downwards momentum appears to be slowing down, I wouldn't expect a massive push higher since we didn't get an impulsive move. So we don't have a large candle where it touched some liquidity and then pushed higher. So it's probably just going to play around here and then shoot below these lows. But we'll see. Again, we do have all these areas of liquidity below us that price may want to trade to, whether it's the midnight open, the London low, the Asia low. Just mark these out. So we got the London low here, got the Asia low here, the low of the new week opening gap there. Obviously, the orange box is optimal trade entry. So of the entire daily range, we could see this is 62% and this is 78% retracement. It looks like we might actually be getting an impulsive candle here. For a trade back inside of the bearish breaker, the 5-minute bearish breaker here. Okay. 950 candle. Yeah, a lot. Even if it's not the high of the day, at least if it's the sort of the high of the session or the high for the next several hours, that could work as well. Queen, take care. Have a good day, and congrats on your trade this morning. Mm-hmm. All right, everyone, we're getting close to the end of the morning session. So if you have any final comments or questions, if you could throw in the chat, please, let's go ahead and make sure we address it before we get off this morning. Hey, Marlene, good morning. Welcome. Oh, looks like we overlapped our vacations. I just got back as well from about 2 weeks away. All right. All right, Em, we'll catch you tomorrow. Appreciate you being here today. I'm not sure if it's outside of the USA or if it's certain countries that are just restricted. But I do know that, yes, you can't trade in every country with Apex or with Topstep. So you have to double check that to make sure that you know exactly which countries you can and can't trade in. Marlene, yes, I will be back after lunch. We have an afternoon session. We'll break for an hour and then we'll come back. All right, CEO, we'll catch you tomorrow. All right, everyone, that does it for the morning session. We'll be back in 1 hour. Hope to see you all there. If not, I'll catch you on the next session you can attend, which possibly is tomorrow morning. But either way, our session this morning has expired now. It's now 12 noon. I'll take a break for an hour and then we'll catch you at 1300. All right, everyone, take care.